Next gen car testing has resumed at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we are going to talk about the Monday test. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, we are going to be talking about the first of 2 days of the next gen car testing. There's no testing going on today. We're going to talk about Monday's test, and there will also be a test on Wednesday afternoon on the oval. On Monday, we tested on the road course, and there's a lot of stuff to go over in today's episode. The first thing we are going to talk about is what I really generally like about this car so far. From the images that I've seen, this car, there's one thing that I've already been a fan of with the next-gen car, and is that this car is symmetrical. I am a huge fan of that because one of the biggest problems with the current car that we have, the Gen 6 car, is cars are not symmetrical. They look completely awful. They're not very good. When you have a symmetrical car, you're going to get better racing because you don't create side force. What side force is for those you don't know, is when you pull a car back, you don't gain speed, but the car that you're side drafting is falling back. With the symmetry of the car, you're not going to have a lot of that as many of the side force problems. You're still going to have side force probably on this car, but with it being more symmetrical, I think that is going to make the car generally a lot better, and I think it's going to be more fun, and you'll see more harder racing, and you won't see cars having issues racing each other, especially in the corners. That's going to make the racing in general a lot better. Another thing that I've really liked about this car is this car sounds incredible. It sounds phenomenal. It's not the best sounding NASCAR I've ever seen, but the car sounds evil. And when it sounds evil, in my honest opinion, it sounds really, really nice. And I've enjoyed the sounds of the next-gen car, and it's been phenomenal to hear the car, and the sound's just freaking awesome. It sounds really, really evil. There are a few quotes I wanted to talk about from the next-gen car test that did take place. We'll read one of Truex's quotes, and we'll also read one of Kurt Busch's quotes that he tweeted out yesterday. So let's talk about this. So Martin Truex Jr. says that the next-gen car handles better on the road course, which when the car handles a lot better, it does create a lot better racing. When the car doesn't handle as good, it's not great. And Kurt Busch also talked about something as well from the next-gen test, and here's what he said. He said we had it 3 seconds quicker than the playoff race. Cars more efficient everywhere. Braking, cornering speed, and acceleration. Even at 100 horsepower less than the race, so 650 horsepower. Fun to drive with the sequential gearbox. Hearing the veteran drivers like Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch saying that they really enjoy this car makes me really, really happy. And it gets me really excited about this car. At first, when the next-gen car was announced, I wasn't really excited. But when I'm hearing veterans like Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch saying they're having a lot more fun driving these next-gen cars than they are driving like the NASCAR Cup Series cars, that makes me more excited for the future of the sport. Again, as time going on, I've enjoyed these cars a lot more, especially when they've been testing them. Now, they're not supposed to be having more tests until probably next year. I think this is going to be the last test because Bob Pockers tweeted out that it's probably going to be 3 or 4 months before they have the next gen test, as all the manufacturers are supposed to be getting their tests as well. I believe Martin Truex Jr. is testing the Action Express racing car, and Kurt Busch is driving the regular car. Which, by the way, that Action Express car is apparently a Ford, and Kurt Busch is driving Chevy. So maybe there's some possibility that Truex maybe going to Ford in the future. That's a possibility. But yeah, what I've enjoyed so far is that the veterans are really enjoying this car. And when the veterans are really happy about the cars, again, I think that this is arguably the most important test that has happened up to this point because you want your veteran drivers to be happy, especially the guys who are going to be racing this car. Now, Kurt Busch, he's probably not going to be racing the car in 2022 because he's probably going to retire. But when guys like Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano are generally joining the cars because they're more of the veterans of our sport who have been around for quite some time, you want those guys that are veterans because they're the guys that have been around a long time who know more about these cars than kind of younger guys. No offense to guys like Austin Dillon and Eric Jones, but they haven't been around the sport long enough. Guys like Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and Kurt Busch, who really are the guys that need to be heard. And again, Martin Truex Jr. has said that he has a list growing, but he's also told like NASCAR what they need to do for the car, what they can make better, which I like hearing that he has lists, but he's also enjoying the car as well. Again, he's already talked about what he'd like to see better for the car as well. But so far from this next-gen test, I've enjoyed what I've heard. I've enjoyed what I've seen. I think that the next-gen car in the future is going to be really, really fun. Again, this car, in my honest opinion, has to work out because everything in NASCAR is done, regardless of any people like Michael Jordan is for. Everything in NASCAR is done, like their business model, everything they have done. It will all be for nothing if the next-gen car does not work out. If this next-gen car completely fails and does not work out for the future and the sake of our sport, this sport long-term will lose a lot of fans, in my opinion, and people are going to be very generally unhappy. And NASCAR won't be able to get another car for 10 years because there isn't going to be a lot of money in the sport. I think, like I said, this next-gen car has to be a major, major success for the future of the sport to keep growing and for the future fans that are coming in, because if this car succeeds and the racing is good after quite some time, the fans are going to enjoy it. And by the way, I'm a huge fan of it being 650 horsepower because that's what the Xfinity Series package runs. And the Xfinity Series package, for those who don't know, is one of my favorite packages in NASCAR. The racing generally with the 650 horsepower package is generally a lot better than the 550 horsepower package because the 550 horsepower package, especially when it's cooler, the racing generally sucks. Like we saw at Kansas, that racing was not very good. So, anyway, that is going to be for today's NASCAR news video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, notifications so you'll be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are down below for that. And comment below your thoughts on today's video. How excited are you currently for the next-gen car? Do you think that NASCAR is doing a great job testing the next-gen car? Or do you think the car doesn't look very good and you're not excited about the next-gen car? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do like it so YouTube can recommend more videos like this. If you do that, I really appreciate it. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.